Okay. Continue. The trial. Yes. You know, before I begin, wow. Before I begin, when I actually, speak languages, I guess. So, I'm still. I know what I want to do, but I'll fail to accomplish it. Question is, will I make the attempt? Will I choose the path of a coward? I am not sure. But enough faffing about. October 13th, 9:36 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. Also, it occurs to me I don't think I have my computer in a good spot for this, so let me mute and shift things around a little bit. There we go. I need to be leaning completely out of the way. Hey, Nick. What is it? Is something wrong?
Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the mask glossy I bought.
You bought this where?
The little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff.
Mask the Mask publicity photo stuck into the court record.
Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me.
Okay, wait a second. A shot of Mask the Mask striking a pose. Alright, so what is the trick here? Okay, is it because he doesn't have this thing in the middle? So at some level, that's how we're supposed to know this is not a picture of the actual Mask the Mask? That's a very fabulous photo, though. Sorry, I was just kind of putting off seeing Rondelight's face.
Who's screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it.
Yeah, I did. It doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you.
Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me, me, me. Uh, he's at it again. I sent a calling card to Lordly Taylor. I admit it.
But you don't have the sacred urn, right?
Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime.
Only, when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic. But you, yikes. Yes, who is screaming? It is, of course, Rondelight. Hey, Katie.
Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please?
Also, worth noting, not that there's anyone here who wouldn't have been here from last time, but this is still weirdly a case that does not involve murder.
Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie.
Oh, that seems like a sign, really.
Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this.
Yeah, I guess I could have gone French for Rondelate here. Like, there's definitely meant to be that angled there. Bonjour. Bonjour, mes amis.
Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Well, you see, actually, the thief is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you.
Why are you smiling when you say it?
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know why you're telling me to commence the California voice actor, Katie. But, see, it's funny because that's meant to be French, but I'm misinterpreting it because it's a bullshit line now. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron has masked the mask or not. There's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now.
Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom.
For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. October 13th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. You know, the easier thing to do for him, actually, is just to do a robot voice.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Like, the visor really does do the work for that. You know, in honor of this, I always make tea for these things. Just to give me something that's a little gentle on the throat to help me get through it. And because coffee would be atrocious for this. I don't know if that's because coffee itself is just bad for vocal stuff, or if it's the fact that usually it's served with cream and dairy is just a mistake.
What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to?
I don't want to do this bit. I know I can't do this if I try it. But it would work. Oh, that's a lot of town. That's literally hours of something I can't do. For something I can't do later either. DJ play Mystery Skulls Bunny. Yeah. Ironically enough, I was driving earlier and I was having YouTube just do a playlist that had music on. And it actually played that from specifically. The only reason why I know the song is because of the little animatic it has, which features Phoenix, Miles, and Godot here. What a stupid question. Oh god, this is gonna be a mistake.
What did you say?
Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment?
But no, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides.
Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by.
But, who are you?
I am Godot, a legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Ah, he's the one the detective at me was talking about. Is the joke here that this is also his first case as prosecutor? Is that what we're about to learn?
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
None.
What did you say?
I've never prosecuted a case before. I arrived to wait. Hey, Captain.
No, never? But you said you've never lost before.
Exactly. I have never lost. I've never won before either.
Oh, quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
There's a horrible mistake here where I can't... Those here that roll errors and fake it through prosecuting. Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings.
Yes, but... a mask? In a court of law?
Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks, either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy is the real deal, all right, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal?
So, we finally meet. Monsieur Phoenix Wright. Nick, is he a friend of yours?
No, I don't have any friends that call me trite. It's an insult, Maya. Just who is this masked man?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you.
Well then, Prosecutor Gobo.
It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
He's definitely the best prosecutor in Japanifornia, but also that's not a hyper. Like, they're like, who would you say is the best prosecutor in Japanifornia right now? Let me check. Alright, yes, Francisca is not in the country right now. No. Winston Payne, no. That's another Winston. Why is he on this list like 4 times? No.
Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start.
Isn't you? Yeah, Blackwell is still currently in jail.
I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Wright.
What is it?
Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your kiss break in two.
Clever probably isn't a prosecutor yet. I don't think so, no. Because he's like a genius, but he's not like a Francisca level genius, I don't think.
Well then, let's hear from the first witness.
Oh, look who's the first witness. Gotta start with the classic. My name is...
No one has asked you your name, witness. No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking. We're listening.
Yes, sir.
Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn.
Yes, sir. Oh, we just jumped right into it? Okay. Mask the masks. Crimes. Mask the Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mask the Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. Mott.
So then the actual identity of this Mask the Mask is... Mr. Godot, what are you? Well, we're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot.
Okay. See, the thing I'm gonna wonder is, I'm pretty sure Godot at various points says how much coffee he's consumed. So I think seeing him get it is gonna complicate things. But we'll see. I'll play it by ear.
Black hair than a moonless night, a terror more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee.
He clearly is lying, though.
I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Very well. It's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Phoenix. You've met Francisca. He allows her to whip anyone in the freaking courtroom. I think coffee is okay for now.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mask the Mask who stole the urn.
Mask the Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago.
Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning?
Yup, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Svari, author on thieves.
He at least doesn't break like 20 bottles of wine at a trial like Van Zeek's. We don't know how he gets the coffee. But I don't know why his coffee would come in bottles, though.
An author? He's written books about thieves?
I think he probably meant to say authority.
Oh, the fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal.
Oh, Gumshoe. Blessed Gumshoe. Our precious, stupid detective son. Why are you this way? It's easy when those fingers happen to be Butterfingers. I'll press harder, why not? So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh?
You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is.
But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police?
Ah, you don't mean Detective Svari, do you? Who is this person? Svari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. Ugh. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now.
Did they give us an age for Godot? I'm gonna assume they don't. Yeah, I didn't think so. Godot, age, question mark, question mark. A prosecutor who is shrouded in mystery. He seems to know me somehow. He's shrouded in mystery, and also a mask.
He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime.
No, see, that's not him being confident. You need to send the calling card so that the cognition that they have something to protect is established in their palace. He's clearly super old, he has white hair. I mean, white hair means you're either super old or super anime. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards?
Of course I have. Except, the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
That's because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police.
Oh, was the calling card that Lord Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public. Oh, but you're absolutely certain that this card is real.
He's meant to be in his 30s, but ages in Ace Attorney are always weird. I think so. Because I think he's older than one character we know by at least a little. I don't know. We'll get there. Shockingly, we are going to find out who he is eventually.
But we're absolutely certain that this card is real.
Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Mask the Mask's emblem. Also, this is a trial. I mean, I guess it's maybe a trial that's being made public, but I feel like you can discuss sensitive information here. It's Von Karma. Yes, Godot is actually... Well, I mean, if it's Francisca, no, he could just be, like, 19 and be older than her.
This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor.
Not that anyone means Francisco when they say Von Karma. Like, I feel when you just say the last name, you really do mean more Manfred. Unless you're discussing it in a way where it's gonna be, you're talking about Francisca. His 5th heist. And your 5th screw-up, huh?
Objection, pal.
Gumshoe, it's the second case. It's too early to do this to me, man. It's not an on-screen objection, so I'm not going to count it. But it feels like I should count it.
That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time.
You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe.
I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. You ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me?
Wow. Looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme.
His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces.
Art pieces? Like what, for example?
Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Emanon.
Wait a second. Emanon. E-M-A... Oh, it's no name backwards.
What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond.
Okay, that one I don't think is something, or...
Next was the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Magina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved a portrait of Magina and returned it to the museum.
And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the Sacred Urn, right?
But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Also, I said Borginia, and I'm like, man, that was real before Miles games came out. That would have been amazing. This series doesn't really do long continuity plays like that. It'll retroactively do stuff, but it never does stuff ahead of time. Well, okay, that's not true. There's a couple few things. Like, in Justice for All, with what they do with Morgan, it's very basic material left for the future to iterate on. But they're definitely, like, leaving stuff to play with later. But it's not usually a major thing for them.
Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look the type.
Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld.
That's why we're sure it was Mask the Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T.
Most of it is with the fake characters, yeah. And most of it is very vague. Now, you will get things within a game they're actually usually pretty good with. And I will say, with the duologies they make, they tend to do a little bit more too. Like, Great Ace Attorney has a fair bit going on. And Ace Attorney Investigations has a fair bit going on. But those ones are, like, imagined as sets too. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi.
So, does this robbery seem to fit all those conditions?
That's right. It means that Mask the Mask is behind it.
Nick, it definitely looks like it was Mask the Mask who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Mask the Mask.
But...
Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Mask the Mask that did it,
Maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Mask the Mask that did it. And yeah, today's steering game will kind of link the case together at least a little bit. A lot of times they settle for only linking like the beginning ones and the end ones, which is fine. I actually think that it's not a bad idea to have one or two cases that is mostly standalone. Now, unfortunately, the standalone cases tend to also be the worst ones, which is unfortunate. I think part of that, though, is like a common game design thing, where they probably specifically put all the time and effort into making sure they have the main cases done, and then they slop out the extra ones. So I actually have no idea what to do here. Let's see. So combat's calling her friend. Fifth iced. Those precious art pieces. That's why I was trying to fit his MO to a T. Adrian didn't tell us that it was not important, right? No. Night. I mean, we have this picture of him, but I feel like we're not set up here for this to be the case yet. The mask, camera data, his calling card. Now, admittedly, this mentions a speckled urn, which we also know is not the case, because... I mean, that's not a speckled urn at all, right? Well, Master stole the urn. But, also... No, it was Master Mask did it. Try to show it wasn't Master Mask that did it. Fits his MO to a T. Like what, for example? This return was its famous tier of Emanon. I also will admit this one bothers me because this first one is tier of no name backwards. Blue Diamond, Count of Bangora. What is the pun here for Bangora, or is there not one? I mean, maybe Emanon being no name backwards is not actually a thing. Reading too much into that. Hand of Hades, Portrait of Regina. Let me turn it to the museum. Sacred Urn. Yeah, that's funny. Wait a sec. Well, let's... Okay. Attorney's badge. Not that. Not the Magatama. Post of the Treasure Crane exhibit. Face golden statue. A statue of the founder of the Crane Giant technique in the night of the crime. Sacred Urn, one of the Treasure Crane Village, supposedly present, but has no monetary value. Right. Right. Last time, they made us discuss this with Adrian near the end to find out that it had no value. Okay. Highest emblem is top secret. I don't think it's the calling card yet, although I feel like that might come up. It's not the camera data or this. Okay. Well, if this needs to be a contradiction, we know this is a contradiction. God damn. It is not a good sign I'm already getting stuck. I feel like I remember actually getting stuck the most in this one. Oh, it's a little bit hard to remember as a wee baby. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous.
You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
That's right, pal.
But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art.
What do you mean?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing?
No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godot, what was the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense.
So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Master Mask would normally go after.
Urgh.
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Master Mask.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Master Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it a Godot.
See, if I could count in French at all, I'd do 107 like that, but...
I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now. Mr. Try It.
What?
If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess.
Sorry, but I don't get what you mean.
If you're saying it was not a Mask the Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask the Mask's methods. A fake.
Oh man, a fake Mask the Mask? That would never happen.
Well, a fake mask? A fake the mask?
Fake the mask? That sounds so ridiculous. But I like it. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Wright.
Okay. He had a second coffee go there, so I'll put that there, too.
Proof that the person who appeared at the tailor that night was actually a fake.
I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior. His point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
Looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person that lured the tailor that night was in fact fake the mask. The photo? Like, okay. We have the publicity photo that looks different. So I guess I need to do the security camera photo? This is what I assume. Like, they gave me this at the beginning of this, so... Like, it's gotta be this, right? Like, the fact that the photo does not look like the publicity photo. The proof is right here. I don't know, it feels like usually where these games trip me up is they lead you to something, and it's not something I'm interpreting. Here, I feel like they're actually expecting me to take one more extra step than I'm usually used to these games doing. Not in a way that's like smart, because I know what we're eventually getting the shape at, but a way that's like frustrating because I'm like, what are you asking me for here, game?
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ah, well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this image is peculiar. It's gotta be this lack of neck thing, right? It's right here, of course.
You mean mask to mask?
I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at.
Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning?
The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest. What the hell is this sentence?
A breach. Here, my left. Back by Steed. We need to retreat at once.
Is he having like a flashback to hundreds of years ago? How old is the judge? A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
A clasp, eh? Bah, I say that.
Hey, but the mask in the security camera photo. Ah, he has no brooch.
That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask the Mask is a fake.
I've been fooled again.
Used to be 1,000-year-old Loli, but once you 1001, you turn back into an old man. Damn, if only we had learned this during Pride Month as well.
But order, that's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gunfield, how could you have overlooked this?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I...
Also, I think we all need to appreciate that Godot has to have a bladder of steel because he is chugging these coffees down. Like, he's just tanking that diuretic damage. And now, if you're gonna have a bitty party, invite me too.
Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
Ah, the brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this?
Ah,
That's Mask the Mask's brooch.
Well, when did you find it?
Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? He must mean the Ami face statue.
why didn't you tell me about that, sir?
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence.
This guy is one cool customer.
It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? Oh, God. Okay. That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too.
Hickeys?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I am referring to Rondelight's fingerprints.
What?
What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Order in the court.
Now, this is a funny thing. Take a moment. So, it's not, of course, weird to have a prosecutor suddenly reveal evidence during a trial. That's happened a few times. However, usually they, tell the detective to hold back on it, and it comes out, a slightly different way. But here, Godot went to the scene early and he took it with him. which seems to be a little bit different than, say, how, like, Edgeworth or even Francisco would case a scene. We'll get more on that later.
Order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch.
Hasn't met it yet, okay.
I'll gonna attach to my metallic girlfriend here. I take good care of her.
Okay. It appears to have been pulled off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene.
Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. The mask's brooch added to the court record, found in the shadow of Ami Faye's statue, looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Also, evidence law, right? No, wait, not right.
Ah, you mess with Godot. And you get burned.
Ugh, he's been playing me like a violin.
Well, Judge, I am about ready to call my next witness.
Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh?
One second is one drop of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Silence. Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's clear?
Safari, the truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right.
Ah, not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Oh, fuck you, man. That might literally be a true statement because to say Gumshoe is paid in peanuts is to oversell his salary, but that is still mean. You don't need to call him out on it. Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Well then, now that's what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
Witness testimony. What I witnessed. For some reason I'm having a hard time keeping voices separate, but we'll keep trying.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask the Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, this is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seemed so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves,
The great Mask the Mask, my arch enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. So that would be 1 o'clock on the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer. Near the computer, huh?
So then you were trying to remain hidden, I take it.
Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too. Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before. Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure. On your pigeony head, that is. Pigeony head? In any case, that's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask the Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Dancingly descended? From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes. I hereby W Ace Dunce. I'm sorry, did you say his camouflaged cape? Yeah, whatever, bro. Wait a second. Oh, that's just a lighting thing, okay. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened. Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all that I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately, I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo?
Judge, my man.
Good. Let's continue with the testimony.
Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. Attacked and knocked unconscious? And you weren't able to do a thing. That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Yes. Huh? Well, actually, yes. By a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then... Also, that is not equivalent. You had cause to be on guard, theoretically. In this imagined scenario anyways. Phoenix, meanwhile. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. About this 30 minutes, my silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying that he was out cold.
So, what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether.
Just what is he going on about?
There's something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? 1 o'clock in the morning, everyone knows me. I saw him before I could land a single strike. When I woke, he was gone. And the shadow of Ami face statue looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Yeah, kind of what I thought. This one, right? Also, I'd like to point out, Godot has not made a single objection yet. These are both only Phoenix ones. Like, this has been a very low objection case so far. Mr. Atme, could you take a good look? Sorry, not a good look. Could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Aha, this belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mask the Mask. It is, in point of fact, Mask the Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened? Ah, elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Aha!
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. Silly fake Sherlock. Yeah, really. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. Ugh. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime.
No. Wait just a moment, Sir Oldtimer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. Why would you say that? Say you're confused because you got hit in the head, you dumbass. If the excuse is already something you have access to, use it. Don't make up another one. The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right?
You talk too much.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Although I guess he is getting a lot of coffee. Like, Godot has done no objections, but he has done 5 coffees. Say, will there be questions for the testimony? That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I look at me, agree completely. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it's true that I locked away. God damn, Chris, come on, read. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Is there a common Sherlock reason to use discombobulated? Or is it just a coincidence that they used that word, and then there was that movie a while back and that made a whole, like, meme sequence of it? I've not actually ever read any Sherlock. Or I think even watched any of the shows. I've seen the character in other things, because he's, you know, everyone likes a Sherlock occasionally, but... Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote.
So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask to Mask.
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
God damn it, Judge. That can't be good. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. So why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? This would just be the reference to the movie. Was that movie out before this? I would have thought... Huh, okay. I didn't think it was that old. God, I know so little Sherlock stuff. What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? That's enough about the sensor, about the computer. I mean, we might as well. About the sensor. What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Lordly Taylor Department Store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. And naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. That said, Charles really was in North America in 2007, so probably just a coincidence. Okay. I mean, I'm sure it's not that big a coincidence. And I only really know about the discombobulated thing because of the meme about it, but still. I've read that. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer? However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. What does that mean? Discombobulated?
Well, people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway?
No, now I've forgotten. What was I saying?
Jeez. It's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, Luke Atme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Yo, hey Donnie. Okay, so he is talking about the Shichishito.
So the thief armed himself with a sword. What about yourself, witness?
A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask the Mask. This guy is a real piece of work. I was in an infinite dopamine loop of everybody loves Raymond clips and lost track of time. How we doing? That sounds fun. We are currently trying to defend someone who is accused of being the thief Mask the Mask. And we're dealing with a suspicious Sherlock wannabe as a witness. His first blow struck true. Bam. And that's all she wrote. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was power vicious. No, we might not. Huh. Power vicious? I assumed that the Atme fighting stats, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? You were blinded? Atme fighting style? What is this Atme fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the Atme fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
Wait a second. He already said he was hit in the head. But I mean, I feel like this part of the testimony is... I'll take that terrible player on words over another milkshake reference. It is true. That milkshake reference derailed us for a solid minute in sheer horror. I mean, I feel like the trick here is actually the fact that the freaking statue was moved. As evidenced by the fact it's not here. Let's just say it was a waste of time for now. Well, I guess it's true that Atme was knocked senseless after all. We're asking about something else instead.
Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah? What is it?
This Luke Atme guy, he's definitely hiding something.
But why?
I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Which one was Oh yeah, we also got distracted when we saw this line of discombobulated and trying to figure out its relation to the meme. But it seems like it's probably just a coincidence. I believe this was the one that had another thing we could ask about. About the computer. So did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me, Luke Atme. In that case, you could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? And here we go. A little bit more about what happened. You were blinded. So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very much help at all. What do you think, Nick? Alright, well, I'm gonna guess we have to do the other thing. I'm not sure how it's supposed to help, but... Atme fighting style. It was very important, Judge. Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique, after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone and late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Where's this third eye you're talking about? Oh, it's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead if you like.
Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper. So Mr. Atme got hit on the forehead then? That's what he says. Got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. But what do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Oh, this is the same thing we've had before. If I ever play Ace Attorney, I won't. I will have a gavel counter. I wouldn't. Ooh, a gavel counter would have been a good idea. Oh well. That's true nature of this detective. Okay. Back to the wall to fight. How is... Because we know that he changed his mind about what happened, right? Because he said he was struck in the back of the head, but now he's saying he's attacked on the front of the head. But I don't have any evidence that says that, do I? Move the night of the crime. Maybe it's about this then. Alright, that one was top secret. This is not the thing that I would have thought I would need to work on, though. The mask knocked Abby out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. Is it this? The mask knocked Abby out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. And he said in the front of the head here. I guess it must be? Man, I feel like... I don't know, this case is weird to me. Well, I was right, apparently. Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun that this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Don't at me. Then my arch-nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. Ugh, it seems I've made another mistake. Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Ugh. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. You got that Bergerac nose? Wow, Godot's like, objection. Also, man, he knows how to do an objection. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. What a dumb reason to have their first objection exchange. Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Oh, is it your first time seeing Godot? He is just in this game.
still see him in a fair bit of things because he's still a major part of this third game, which is the original trilogy. But like, unlike Edgeworth, who's in a ton, Francisca, who's in a fair amount, and of course the newer ones. Hell, even Blackwell's in 2 of them. Is he a chief prosecutor and chief engineer aboard the Enterprise? Believe it or not, I think the stupid mask does actually come up. Let's see. The defense asserts that Mr. Atme is Noe's detective. This Mr. Atme is a fake. Mr. Atme is Master Mask. So, I mean, this is definitely true. I don't think he's a fake, but no, they didn't. I don't think they. It's weird, right? It will come up, yes. They kind of slip it in because this is his first case as a prosecutor. So there's a whole early bit with them where he shows up and he acts like he's all cool and impressive, and then he says, "This is my first time, so I've not lost any cases because I've not had any cases." So, you know, you start with something like that. It doesn't comment on the fact like, "Hey, why do you have a weird sci-fi mask on?" Anyways, this is clearly what we've been building to, right? Mr. Atme is Mask the Mask. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Mask the Mask. Yeah. Front light lies.
Lies? Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Now, there is a problem. How does he fit the nose down there? Like, look at that mask. We need to stick out like 3 extra inches. But no.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask the Mask.
Ugh. But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mask the Mask. The security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
The Mask's MO is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atme, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assume the thief's identity. And it begins. A Godot blend 102, my personal favorite. Now, Godot getting coffee in the courtroom is one thing. Throwing it at the other lawyer is maybe a step too far. Now, see, this is why I have my question with the coffee count, right? Do I count how many times he throws coffee at Phoenix? So far, I've counted how many coffees he's gone. He's received 5 so far.
Mr. Godot.
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Try it. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly.
Huh? Yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? Abby looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. Can I really do it? Decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact Mask the Mask. I don't think I have anything that decisively proves it, right? We have camera data. We have that. This doesn't feel like the right setup for this, but so I'm thinking it's just yet to be found. Proof? Of course, I've got nothing. Ah, just what I thought. Well, he had to have gone new. Okay, now this is an interesting conundrum here. Because I've been doing it based on us seeing coffee slide across the screen. But he threw coffee at Phoenix, and he has another coffee. So we know he must have gotten another coffee. That is just how object permanence works. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. Gotta stay on the attack. Never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. What? Are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So, you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? Can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems a cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted.
Has a fresh pot of coffee ready. Hey, Darth.
Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to say, then... Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well...
That's...
The sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Look, they fixed it. Ooh, I should have stayed on that screen for a little while longer, but no.
Order. You, madame.
I think I'm supposed to be madam, actually.
Madam, that urn, where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme.
Oh, Desi, you're the best.
Sacred urn updated in the court record. Found in the office of Luke Atme. Has pink splotches all over it. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Pathetic. Actual objection counter, okay. Boop.
Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
Must still deny that Mr. Atby was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree? Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes, Triclops. Yes, what about it? Ah, how charming. Oh, we had a coffee. The lengths a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. I mean, he does kind of have a point. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. I don't disagree on French for Godot. I get the logic if I propose. Quebecois. Oh, man, if I could. I can't even do French, so to try that would be reaching for the moon. Also, hey, Dill. Please, madame, this town is already filled to the brim with lies. Dill, you should know how limited I am on this front. You were there for Richie Rich. And the more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light, please, Nicky boy, you gotta help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've gotta prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. It's fair about what I saw. Show fingerprints on the urn. I can't prove anything yet. I mean, it'd have to be fingerprints, right? Because they're not gonna care about what we saw. The whole point Godot just made was that... I'm gonna say fingerprints. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Oh, right, because it's been fixed, so someone had to grab it anyways.
Fingerprints, sir.
Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? The witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. Oh. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I forgot about the fact that Phoenix touched it yesterday. Like, it took me a minute to realize what the game was getting at. So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? That must mean this was a false decision then too, right? Maybe we had to do it anyways. But like, if we were going to talk about seeing them there, this ends up being the same thing. You recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kinda hard and smooth. Well, hello there. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at that time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. Objection? Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Man, I should be better at this. I've just had like a whole month of slow exposure to freaking Eskia. Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished until it was just about... No, wait, no. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. Channel the Wakfu. No, I tried to make the Wakfu superior Spanish, but no. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. Ah, this blend, Godot Blend 107. I have decided it's a little too bitter after all.
Border. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and...
Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, I've finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone. Oh, wow. He looks kinda crazed in that shot. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Please don't remind me of the freaking... We don't need to be reminded of Moe the clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask the Mask. Haha. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Oh.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atbury's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
Oh, snap.
You're wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say.
Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening.
Thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please.
I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is, but
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass, Judge. Awkward. Yeah, it is awkward. Although technically, I believe our client here is actually Desiree, but
What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
I do find it really funny whenever Godot's music hits. When Judge says it's a kangaroo court.
Mr. Godot, please don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Oh, don't start calling it a kangaroo court now, Judge. Ah, hey there, Mr. Thief. Monsieur Thief.
Yes, sir?
We've been in the Outback for years now.
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you are masked the mask, then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that. I won't fail, I swear.
Okay then. Talk. We're all listening.
Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession.
Wow, and even the judge doesn't believe you. Mask the Mask's identity.
The truth is, I've been Mask the Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Mask the Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all.
I don't like the direction this trial has taken.
But this is how every trial goes. At least with me, anyway. Oh, you're doing great.
Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're only getting to get one chance to testify, right? But if you make it through with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mask the Mask.
Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
All right, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
Okay, this right here, pretty good screenshot for the Phoenix Wright experience. Just Phoenix, sweating bullets, sighing. Mask the Mask's identity.
The truth is, I've been Mask the Mask all along.
I assume it's this because we have this. But for now, you know, I like to always see all the dialogue, so.
The truth is, I've been Mask the Mask all along.
You may think you're the real Mask the Mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional.
I haven't told Tessie yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons.
With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even these have complicated family situations, I suppose.
What should I do? Sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. I mean, I'm gonna press harder. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife?
Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, if there's one thing that Tessie absolutely detests, Wright's criminals?
Well, if that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-aholic.
So you do have a complicated family situation after all.
All right, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony, I beg of you.
I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually the Mask the Mask, can you?
I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real Mask the Mask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy.
Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway?
Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim? For a change.
Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already.
I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Mask the Mask.
Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we?
For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. Try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn.
Anyway, I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen after all.
You've got no alibi?
I would have judged for a long time. But this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi.
But I tell you, I was in Lordly Taylor that night. No, that's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse.
Hold on.
What is it, Nick?
Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? We can prove he had an alibi after all. This case will be a piece of cake.
Well, you're right, but...
Ah, you think you can prove that?
Wake up and smell the coffee.
Well, I think maybe I can.
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi?
Oh. Okay. We do have evidence, but we'll come back around to this in a second. Of course not. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say, what am I apologizing for? You, witness, hurry up with your testimony already.
I'm sorry. Why is it that I'm always the one that has to apologize to everyone in the end?
See, I assumed I just had to present and realized that they would want me to actually press and then build up a thing to it. I don't know why this first trial is messing me up so bad. Like, usually I'm just doing this to get it, but like here I feel like all my inclinations are wrong.
I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime.
Dancingly descended? From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone save me again.
I guess he thinks descended sounds more heroic or thief-like or something?
Anyway, I was there at the crime scene, just like I said. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me.
This is the photo that was taken by the security camera at the crime scene.
No doubt about it. That's Mask the Mask.
Yes, but don't forget there's something important missing. The real Mask the Mask has a big brooch on his chest.
As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all.
You didn't notice it when your brooch was torn off?
Huh? Well, I'm always a little nervous when I'm working.
There's a bit of Yeah, it's clothing. I don't know why that's weird to me. I guess it's accurate to say there's a bit of clothing left on the backside, but I would just say like cloth or something. Whatever. There's a bit of clothing left on the backside of the brooch. I don't think it could have been torn off that easily.
Yes, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Right now we're trying to prove that Mr. Delight isn't the thief, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Let me hear that testimony one more time.
Why does Mr. Delight want to be Mask the Mask so badly anyway? It's kind of disturbing. Doesn't seem like your typical attention whore to me.
Is it just me, or does it feel like a weird, like, I don't know. I know even in the context of attention whore, like, that's just a term. But I'm still surprised to see that this would use the word whore at all. Like, it feels like a little bit mature for this game. It's like calling a donkey an ass, though, you know? It's like, you get a pass. Unlike, say, you, Nick. I am nothing of the sort, thank you very much. Also, what the fuck, Maya? We had Luke at me here earlier, and you're gonna call me an attention whore? But I gotta admit, the way Ron is acting is kinda scary. Anyway, time to poke some holes in that testimony of his. Alright, let's get to the alibi part. Yes, I have evidence. I have the evidence. Or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Phoenix, you don't want anyone to ever answer that question.
Oh, but I've never seen you this angry before.
I am not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. I thought I was more confident than angry.
Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime.
I'm astonished this is how we do it and we don't present it on one of the things. Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct?
Yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
Ah, no, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Also, yeah, evidence law, get fucked. Not relevant, once more.
Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner.
This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was, in fact, at KB Security that night.
No.
So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi.
No.
Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway.
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy be due. Tell him what is wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. All right, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist.
Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card at the KB Security CEO's office.
No.
Ah, that was a pretty good try, Mr. Trilogy. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. What? A motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway?
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all.
This stupid kid.
Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night.
Well, this one I know. It's this blackmail letter, written with a fountain pen found in Ron's room.
You don't want your true identity revealed to the world. Come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead.
Okay. Alright. I'm getting how the pieces combine now. I remember why it mentions a red diamond. Sky rockets in flight. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's...
What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Oh, sky rockets in flight. Prosecute the light. Blackmail? Please don't do single words as Godot game. I cannot do that. Yes, basically it says, bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right.
The time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security's CEO office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. Ooh, yeah. No. Jesus, Godot, how much coffee is in that cup?
Border. When the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
You may see it as a perfect case, George, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot Blend 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company, but did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Why would I need to? All I've done is proven that my client could not have committed the crime he is being accused of. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that. Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 a.m. that night. I mean, can I just say the keycard here, or do I need to say it was freaking Larry? Because I don't think any of us want me to bring Larry, but... It says person, though. I don't want to do this. Can we not bring in Larry Butts?
Who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor? Oh, I wish I could, too.
Not exactly. Just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
Mood. It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh. I was tabbed out and sarcastically thought bringing Larry, and I tabbed back, and there he was. The question at hand is this keycard. Yup, that's the keycard they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. No, that's just the judge being old. That's why he forgot. Yeah, that's fair. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data.
Well, Mr. Godot?
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. Keycard date updated in the court record. Found in Ron's wallet. Used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 a.m. Man, this is a short second case. Like, look at this, we're getting right to the end of it.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Mask the Mask in this photo.
Ah, it looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to do a good cup of joe. Oh, that's just because you don't use a Keurig. But no. Godot isn't the type to do that. He probably would have like a fancy French press or something. Hand grind his beans. So then... Oh, wrong thing. Ooh. It's on the objection counter. I need to be on the coffee counter. Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KBS Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mask the Mask. Good job! You did it, Nick!
Oh, that's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man.
Ah, French press. Then you want your coffee extra grainy?
Besmirching him with the title of thief.
What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty.
Ooh, confetti.
Court is now adjourned.
October 13th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. 3.5 hours. Godot drank... Well, we didn't see him drink the 11th. And one of them he threw on Phoenix. He drank 9 cups of coffee. Now, your typical coffee mug holds like, what? Depending on the size of it, 8 to 12. It's Japan formula. Let's say 8. It's probably smaller than it looks. There's no way. He must have like a piss bottle or something. You do not rock consuming that much coffee in one sitting and not have to go to the bathroom. My goodness. It's a good thing that this case is done or he'd be dead. Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Oh, pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this. God damn it. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay. Youch! She slapped me. An Ellipses friend. He's like a cyborg, right? I think I recall something like that. He could have a robot liver. That's fair. I don't actually remember if... Because I remember the reason why he has the mask is irrelevant. I don't know, he might actually have something going on with, like, that kind of stuff. So what's funnier to think of? that Phoenix always like bends down so he's closer to Pearl's level so she had an easier time slapping him, or that Pearl's can just not Pearl's Pearl. She can just jump up like 2 feet to just slap him. He's the next great superhero, Triclops. Been a while since the anime was on.
Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick,
Yes?
you're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client.
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'll never forgive you.
Slap, slap. Ow. A double slap. Pearl is a Pokemon.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the sacred urn back, and the thief has been caught.
How does she know about cheating methods? She's 9. Unfortunately, the game actually established this. Crane Village, where Pearl lives, has a lot of marriages that fall apart. You're so right. And it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here.
But actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, please. You're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? Maybe his visor slows down his coffee perception to a reasonable level so he can experience reality at a normal pace.
Ugh, but I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now?
What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie.
I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time. Look, front-facing Godot. Well, actually, he's looking at the side still. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? And why are you saying amigo if you speak with a French accent? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Cain Bullard was discovered.
Cain Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security?
Wait, body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or... Man, I did not remember him using amigo. See, the whole reason why I was going to do this extended bit making him French off the name Godot is because we'll actually see what he's like later, which is why he's using amigo. But he's ruined it by already having it at the end of this case. Oh, well, whatever. Have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? Me if a Frenchman could have an English accent. On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Randy Light was in the CEO's office. The scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage. Oh, nice use of imbued.
What are you saying? Imbued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Randy Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Employee of KB Security? Somebody who speaks Spanish can have a French accent. It's fair. I've seen enough BBC period dramas. The French all have English accents in those. This is true. It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. It's from the Captain Picard, yes. Ah. No way. He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie. It can't be true. Oh, but I am a thief, I tell you.
Around the light, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder.
What? This is impossible.
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Wright. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I chalked up to it being the future. Who would have figured there would be a murder? Unless my gags should run French being a dead language. Yeah. So, I don't remember much of this game. I did remember that Phoenix Wright always does murder trials. I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Farnsworth builds a universal translator, but only translates to French. Oh, you know, as you say that, I think I remember that one at least.
Nick.
Wow, I don't know why I was trying to do pearls there.
Nick, how could this be happening?
Right in front of our very eyes. Our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Hello, bonjour.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Utter gibberish. Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? To be continued. So I will say, pod episode has the entirety of Paris using English during the second New Year's countdown scene. Well, that's fun. So, I do think this first day is weird for it, but I do think the gimmick, where specifically the whole thing is an elaborate ruse, where your defense is being used to establish the presence at the scene of crime, that's a pretty solid bit for a standalone case. More importantly, the third case, the one after this in this game, has a much dumber reason why you have to struggle in it to begin with. So this kind of gets a pass. Okay. So I think we'll begin the investigation because these always tend to go a bit long. I don't think I can really usually do them in one sitting, or if so, it's pretty close. So, October 13th, 3:02 p.m., Wright Company Law Offices. However, I'm going to take a small break though. Although that was actually not as rough on my voice as the investigation was, because there was a lot less Pearl in it. But I'm going to take like just a 2 to 3 minute break. Be back in a minute. I'm sorry, it occurs to me. You guys had no music while I was doing that. October 13th, 3:02 p.m., Wright Company Law Offices. See, I could have left you on my... That was dumb of me.
You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all. Poor Mr. Delight got arrested again.
Well, supposedly, Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Jose. I don't buy it.
But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand.
Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick.
Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder?
I think I'm going to head back to Korean Village for a little while, if that's alright.
God dang, bro.
Sure, but why?
I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with...
No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness.
Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn given the pearls. But I can't see that it's been fixed. Why would you do this thing to me? Okay.
Now remember, no fighting, okay?
She's gone.
Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation.
Alright. What to do? So, what do we do now?
Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder.
Well, first, we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you?
I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy.
Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight.
Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too.
Sacred Urn. You must be relieved we got the Sacred Urn back, huh?
You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says, I am, on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami, like it always used to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before.
Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I am. That repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. Aww. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it.
Is it possible that urn is a fake?
I'm sure Pearls will find out about that when she gets back to Crane Village.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crane Village in a long time. So, I guess people still go to Crane Village to do their training, right?
Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that.
A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is.
If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen.
Is what happened last year still bothering you? Aww. That murder in her village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused.
When a medium uses the crane technique, she temporarily loses her own will.
So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you?
I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all.
Sounds like being the master of Crane is going to be a heavy responsibility. Do you have anything to look over here? Oh. There's a giant building just outside the window. It's the Gatewater Hotel, a high-class luxury hotel. The chain is getting so rich that they bought a whole chunk of the next town over. Started building a huge theme park. It's going to be called Gatewater Land. And I think that 2 years ago, just a little hotel for businessmen. Okay, I don't think these have changed, but I'll go through them anyways, just in case. Charlie. A quite decorative plant. When she was alive, Mia really loved it. She even went so far as to make it our mascot. No matter how busy I get, I'll never forget to water this little fella. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it a long time ago. I watched it recently and said she cried all night too. Which, I guess, is why it's back up on the wall. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. These are all Mia's. Wow. I just realized I didn't buy a single one of these. It's my desk. I don't get to use it much, so the dust bunnies are starting to mount their assault. Today it's sparkly clean. I guess Pearls must have wiped them out for me. Do we have anything new to present to you?
So you've still got that badge, I see.
Huh? Well, I'm a lawyer, aren't I?
Yeah, but I guess I just didn't think you'd keep on being one for this long.
Okay, Maya. 2 things. 1. Fair. 2. How dare you?
You have to admit, you've had some close brushes with death because of your job.
Fail to see how being a lawyer is more dangerous than channeling dead people. When you think about this,
Seems like it has something to do with this case,
but I'm not really sure.
I'm glad we got the sacred urn back and all.
So then how come you don't look any happier?
Why should I? I don't know if it should say Omni or I am on it anymore. Now it's got big pink polka dots on it that weren't there before.
Don't you think you're overreacting just a little?
Overreacting? Nick, I can't believe you said that. I mean, it's like, I got it. It's like if I came in wearing polka dots on my Acolyte costume every day and said, "Hi, Nick, I am." Well, do you still think it's no big deal?
I guess it would be, a real disaster?
You see? Well, that's how I feel.
So this was made by the real Mask the Mask, huh?
Yup, Detective Gumshoe said it was the real thing. One look at this mark and you know it's the real deal, pal.
Yeah, but you do realize whose detective reasoning skills we're talking about, right?
You know, even I didn't know this statue existed until a little while ago.
Didn't Adrian say it's from a Fey Branch family's training hall or something?
Yes, there are actually a lot of training halls scattered all over the country. Hidden away deep and desolate.
Yeah, we've read that before. According to this data, the thief showed up at the basement warehouse at
1 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah, but remember, this data came from Atme. For all we know, we may have somehow tampered with it.
But then what about this photo? It's got the time on it too.
Yeah, and the security camera belonged to Lordly Taylor. Atme couldn't have tampered with the photo's timestamp to show the wrong time.
I guess that means this data is accurate after all.
This must be the same thing, right? No, never mind.
So the mask in this photo is Detective Atme in disguise, huh?
It looks that way. Atme knew there was a security camera set up in the basement, so I'm guessing this photo is probably a part of his elaborate plan. It's still bent, isn't it?
Detective Atme said it got bent when the thief hit him on the head with it.
Well, looks like he ended up on the bent one after he turned out to be the thief. He must have damaged the sword himself to back up his phony story.
Yeah, I guess he really does have a brawny mind, huh? So Mr. Delight was being blackmailed, huh? By the CEO of the security company he used to work for.
Yeah, it looks like it. Sounds like we still need to do some more poking around.
You'd better watch yourself and not do anything naughty either, Nick.
Was that a threat?
She's trying to blackmail me now?
This was found in the building where the crime took place on the very night of the murder. And according to the time record on the keycard inside...
Yeah, it was used right around the time of the murder. Doesn't sound very good, huh?
Same thing? Okay, I thought so.
So Detective Atme was Mask the Mask after all, huh?
I guess so. After all, he did admit it.
Yes, but Mr. Delight still hasn't changed his tune. He's still claiming that he's the real Mask the Mask. You don't think he's just saying that to avoid the murder charge, do you?
I'm not sure.
This was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. So does that mean Detective Atme put it there himself?
That's the only explanation I can think of. I guess he wanted to make sure it looked like he'd struggled with the thief that night.
You're not very photogenic, are you?
Maybe I shouldn't show this picture to too many people.
And yet, I've walked around my whole life, showing this face of mine to the world.
I wonder if I've just been making a fool of myself with this silly face.
I was only joking, Nick. Don't make such a sad face. You're making me feel guilty.
If it wasn't for Mia, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Yeah, she told me you used to really be useless. Compared to how unreliable you were then, you actually seem responsible now.
Actually, you haven't changed that much, I guess. Maya praised me for a change. Hey, wait a second.
I'm going to have to really buckle down and get serious.
Well, you're the future master of the crane channeling technique after all.
Yeah, that. And I have to play the part of Big Sister too. For Pearly. And you, Nick.
What? Do I look like I was born yesterday?
Pearly sure is a good kid.
Yeah. She tends to let her imagination get the best of her, though.
That's one of the things I like about her, silly. Slapping you the way she did. She's a tough one, all right.
You're telling me. I think she knocked a few teeth loose. Rose is only 9, but it's amazing how emotionally strong she is. After all, the only family she has left is her only cousin, Maya. Okay, that's the same.
Detective Gumshoe's on this case too, huh?
He seems to show up during all of our cases. It can't be a coincidence.
Maybe it's a sign that our fates are destined to be woven together for all time.
Unfortunately, dual destinies and spirit of justice deny that. Yeah, that'd be a real Beauty and the Beast kind of fairy tale, wouldn't it? Ah, okay, that's the same thing, okay.
That Desiree sure is cool. I love that whole motorcycle thing. The way she laughs in the face of death. I want to try it too.
I thought you only knew how to ride a bike.
Hey, don't forget, Nick, that it's an electric bike.
Electric? So young already, so lazy. Never happened to go outside. Okay, well, it's the same.
She certainly seems grateful to you, Nick.
That's right, I did an expert to something. Yeah, tell me something. See, the hard thing with the second day is some of the dialogue, they have little changes in it. Like, for example, I did Pearl, and Maya mentioned her slapping the shit out of Phoenix. But some of these are the same. You never know until you try, so. Oh, let's ask you about Larry Butts.
Oh, it's Larry. He's your old childhood friend, right?
Yeah, I've known him since elementary school.
Wow, that's even longer than I've known Pearly. You two must have lots of good memories together.
I guess so. But I can hardly remember them. They've been erased by all the traumatic ones. And Godot.
Say, Nick, what do you think that thing attached to his face is anyway?
Don't ask me.
Why not? You know him, don't you?
I've never met that guy before in my life. Believe me, he's not exactly forgettable.
Yeah, but at the trial today, he said...
So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. You're right about one thing. He sure acts like he knows me.
Hey, Nick, I was just thinking, maybe you should try to stop making people you've never met before into your enemies.
Trust me, I'd like to stop doing that too. My poor body can only take so much. Who is that guy anyway? What's his story? I wonder if I'll ever find out. Alright, let's go to the detention center first. October 13th, detention center, visitor's room.
already told you, it's not me.
A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence.
Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now.
Man, we don't have enough time as it is.
Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands.
I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too.
Come on, you just have to come back later.
Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick.
I'll do these real quick. Smile, you're on candid camera. The camera doesn't seem to have a lot of tape right now. The only thing it's watching now is that guard over there. This guard monitors the visitor's room. Looks like he doesn't have much to do right now. I can tell because he's looking at the camera and making funny faces. Okay. Alright, well, let's go to Damask's hideout. October 13th. Mask Damask's hideout.
Oh, Nicky boy, my.
Miss Delight.
All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie.
Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case.
Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up.
Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly.
Alright, poke around and see what I can find out.
Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore.
I had no idea Miss Delight had such a vulnerable side. I wouldn't Mamoru her. Oh, you know, that's kind of fun. I didn't realize. If you look at the blackmail letter here, you can see it's made in, taking out letters and stuff from magazines or newspapers that, put it together.
Oh, that's so cute. It's called a hot air balloon, you know.
Wow. There's no fooling you.
I want to make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick.
That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. This could convince the courts that Ron Delight is Master Mask. Better not tell Maya. She gets kinda scary when it comes to celebrities. Okay, that wasn't new. Sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, I know. It's a fishbowl.
Well, an upside down one anyway. I think it's a helmet. An alien helmet.
And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it.
I think it's a transceiver. Alien transceiver.
Oh, that. Ronnie brought that home one day. He asked one of his friends from work if he could have it. It's a Space Ranger uniform. I've never seen Ronnie happier in his whole life.
Oh, man. Now I want one, too.
I wonder if KB Security was in charge of security at the event from that old case. So yeah, Phoenix is being reminded of old bag wearing that stuff. It's a bunch of cheap costume pieces arranged inside a nice frame.
Look, Nick, it's a fake beard.
There's also a mask made out of cardboard.
Here, Nick, try on this fake beard. Come on, try it on.
Hey, cut it out.
Now put on the mask. Ah ha 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 ha. It's Phoenix the Mask.
If you like it, feel free to take it home with you.
Thanks, but no thanks.
It's Mask the Mask.
It's a tape recorder hanging from his neck.
Let me see that.
Gah ha ha ha. I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen.
Ronnie used to say that a happy laugh is the lifeblood of a thief.
Well, that certainly is a happy-sounding laugh, all right.
Yes, and laughing isn't as easy as it sounds. The harder you try, the more fake it sounds.
Yeah, Mr. Delight really works hard at his craft, huh? Nick, it's a torpedo.
It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real.
Where could he have picked up something like this?
Please don't say that as if torpedoes are things people just leave lying around. There are a bunch of books lying here. They're all romantic-sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves.
Wow, Look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them.
Let's see here. Note, must remember this thief's way of laughing, very useful. Note, calling card is an important part of any good thief's modus operandi. Insert Persona 5 joke here. Note,
It was always Ronnie's dream to become a thief.
well, I guess you can chalk that one down as fulfilled.
I wonder why Mr. Delight never talked to his wife about it.
Yeah, well, I think she deserves some of the blame for not bringing it up either. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here.
What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Theft of the Mazarin Stone, the Great Albatross Strategy, Theft of the Immortal Goddess Statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber Strategy.
Did the police even investigate this place?
The police took a look at all of that, you know.
Really? Did they say anything?
They said it wasn't important.
Oh?
Don't worry about it, Nicky boy. After all, my Ronnie is just an amateur.
Amateur or not, this is cool. Knuckle Bomber, how cool is that?
So Ron received a blackmail letter, huh?
Do you think Miss Delight knows about this?
Well, if she did, I don't think she would have been smiling like that.
I wonder if we should tell her about it.
I think it'd be smarter if we didn't. I'm sorry about this, Phoenix, but, we're gonna now present everything to her. Excuse me, will you take a look at this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't the faintest idea. I guess I just don't get out enough. I'm so happy that you got your sacred urn back.
Well, I have you to thank for that, Miss Delight. And I'm sorry.
Huh? What are you apologizing for?
Because I mistakenly blame your husband for taking it.
Huh. I told you, didn't I? My Ronnie could never do such a thing.
So what do you know about this?
No, you can't show her that, Nick. That emblem is top secret. Don't you remember?
Oops, sorry about that. I wish you just said top secret was a worse giveaway than what I did.
Oh, when I hear the word top secret, it just piques my interest like nothing else.
Nothing there, nothing there. Nothing there, nothing there. Do you know about this?
Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business.
It looks like Miss Delight doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea what her husband was being blackmailed.
That's Ronnie's wallet.
It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder.
Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then.
So it's true then. You must have dropped it at the crime scene.
Ah, I know what that is. That's one of those key cards from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one.
It's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore.
So this is Mask the Mask, huh? I wonder what kind of a house he lives in.
Who knows? Maybe it's exactly like this house.
You're so funny sometimes, Nicky boy. But if I was a famous thief, I'd live in a great, big, gorgeous mansion.
Be sure to tell that to your husband. I swear, so much when you present everything to them.
So, Nicky boy, you're a lawyer, huh?
Well, yeah.
How do you like it? That it's so exciting.
Yeah, sometimes. Actually, a little too exciting at times.
Oh, I just love a good thrill. Nicky boy, sounds like you have it so nice.
This is starting to get awkward.
That's really amazing.
I feel like most of these are the same, but just in case she slips something in.
A master at your age.
Oh no, you've got it wrong. It's my mother that's the current master.
Oh, I see. So what exactly is she the master of anyway?
Well, you see, Don't say it, Maya. If you say spirit channeling, she'll laugh. Ouch, that hurt.
Oh, this girl. I saw her slap Nicky Boy right across the face.
Yeah, she did.
For all the way she could remember Pearls by. Why? She's such a little cutie. If you could bring her by, I'd love to meet her.
Sure, of course. Great. I could just tell I'm in for a reprise of the 100-hand slap.
I know he doesn't look it, but he can really get things done when he puts his mind to it.
Really? So when exactly does he put his mind to it?
Well, not very often, I admit. But I'll never forget the first time we met as long as I live.
It must be nice to have such a fond memory like that. Aw. Anything about Gumshoe? Masking the same.
I'll never forgive this man. He tried to pin his own crimes on my Ronnie.
I don't blame you.
All criminals are the same. They're nothing but filthy, sneaking liars. I hate their guts.
Ooh. Okay, I think I get it. And I think I can see why Ron didn't tell her how he was earning that money.
As long as I've got my motorcycle and my Ronnie, I'm happy.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, that plus a little excitement and a little shopping money.
Then I'm happy. Now she's starting to sound a bit greedy, don't you think, Nick? Something about Adrian Andrews.
Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he?
Huh?
Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale too, actually. It's pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man is his lame pickup lines.
It's even more sad is said man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines. Looks like he blew it again, huh?
I don't like this man one bit. He's had it in for my Ronnie from the very beginning. It's his fault that Ronnie is under suspicion of committing murder.
Plus, he lobbed a coffee grenade at me.
You look pretty silly wearing that mug on your head like a birthday hat.
Oh, I know. We can get him back tomorrow by returning fire with a milk grenade. Right. Ron Delay.
Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him.
I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die." He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief.
I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him.
Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world.
What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. And trust me, I leave my neckline this low for a reason. A thief? Huh. The very idea.
I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different.
Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway.
What? For you? Oh, that's cute. Love at first sight.
These streams pretty naturally. Go to about 3 hours anyhow. Because I'll be honest, my tea usually can't hold out. Neither can my voice much longer than that.
So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight?
Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life.
Saved your life?
I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind that just curled into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back.
Robbers?
Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears.
Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation.
Oh, I think I get it. Mr. Delight come running to save you?
Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that girl uniform of his.
Interesting. What job were you working at?
He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces.
Like, were you working at a casino or something? That feels like a dealer outfit to me.
"Please stop it!" he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale.
That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people.
Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me.
Wow.
That's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did.
That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess.
Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. I mean, Nick, we know you will. We saw that at the end of the last game. And, spoilers, it might become relevant in this game, too. Detective Atme.
I hate these kinds of people more than anything.
You mean ace detectives?
No, I'm fine with ace detectives.
Oh, so then you must mean thieves.
No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men.
By the way, why did you go to Detective Atme's office anyway?
Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal.
The real criminal?
Yes. Obviously, the real Master Mask is not my Ronnie, right?
Yeah?
And Detective Atman knew more about Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV.
So then, you went there to ask him more questions?
That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said, "The ace detective isn't in right now," but I forced my way past her and into his hideout.
I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout.
That bag was sitting right there on top of the table.
Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too.
There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else.
And KB Security.
Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security?
Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works.
So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today...
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Van der Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore.
It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is.
Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car.
Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike.
To make it a KB Security that fast, are you sure you weren't literally flying?
Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now?
No. I'll pass, thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
Haha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick.
Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security.
Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick.
I mean, realistically, Maya, however you get around, you would probably want to have your way to get back. Although if you're taking like a taxi or something, take the free motorcycle ride. Although I doubt she has extra helmets. CEO's office. Okay. I think we can do about this, and I'll probably have to wrap up. October 13th. KB Security. CEO's office. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh?
The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office.
What has that got to do with anything?
Hey, it's you guys.
Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like,
oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserve, pal. Ho 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 ho.
Or something to that effect.
Do I really sound like that to you, pal?
If the gumshoe fits.
Well, anyway, the point is I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs, and I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives.
Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy.
Now this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating? Oh god, Gumshoe presenting everything to you. Let's examine the room first.
Wow, this safe is unbelievable.
I bet 4 pearls would fit in there.
And it's got a bunch of doohickeys attached to it.
It's pretty amazing, alright. Motion sensors, heat sensors, weight sensors.
Hey, Nick, come on. Let's open it and take a look.
If I broke into one of these, wouldn't that set me down the path to Hoodlumville?
This rope, think it fell out of the safe when it was opened?
I don't think so.
So, you mean...
Yeah, I think this string shows where and how the corpse was lying.
You mean... the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door?
She can't be serious, can she? Check out this big, thick binder here.
Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick.
Reading a file isn't exactly backbreaking work. Just a little hard on the eyes. Ah.
What did you find out, Nick?
This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Mask the Mask. It's filled with info on him.
What? What kind of info?
It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes.
Hey, Nick. Look at the last page.
It's a list. Let's see. Tear of Eminon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Mask the Mask stole.
So then, $100,000 is the value of the stolen item?
I don't know. The number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list added to the court record, found on a table at the crime scene. Speaking of, did we get a thing for... No, we didn't. Okay. I don't even know what Kane Bullard looks like. These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid.
I can't get in between these two shelves.
Don't strain yourself trying. Looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel.
So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files.
Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle.
It'd be a good night's reading, if you've got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something.
UFOs. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought.
Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out, just for a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you. Whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life.
The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know.
Eek. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see.
Hey, cut it out. Don't press that.
Ha 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 ha, that was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway?
It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel.
Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here.
Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime?
Oh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, hey, Sam. I am glad you just showed up. I mean, you got here. I'm about to end in a little bit, too. I'm going to wrap up this scene. I'm slowly but surely getting real sleep again. Oh, that's good. I mean, we are past the sun being at its zenith. So I guess it's slowly rising later and later in the day now. But yeah, you just missed. It had a really annoying, like, alarm sound. It wasn't really high-pitched, but it might have still been annoying. I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. Emergency buzzer added to the court record. Connected to the basement security guard office. There are no fingerprints on it. Found on the table at the crime scene. Tear of Eminon, jewel, $100,000. The Crown of Bongora, artifact, $150,000. The Left Hand of Hades, sculpture, $240,000. Portrait of Magina, painting, $500,000. Escalating.
Wow, look at that huge framed photo.
Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky.
There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise?
Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he had really rotten luck with the weather.
Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days.
You guys are being weirdly mean to Kane Bullard's memory. Jeez. Okay. I think I found everything in the room. Alright, Gumshoe. I gotta present everything to you. You know how it is. Here, take a look at my attorney's badge.
Are you still showing that cheap little thing off? A real man keeps his mouth shut and carries a suave police badge, pal.
So about this...
Hey, thanks, pal. How did you know I had a sore throat anyway?
Oh my god.
Hey, what are you doing?
Ack. Sorry, that thing's all smooth and shiny, so I thought it was a piece of candy or something.
Can't believe you ate the whole thing in one go.
I almost swallowed it too, pal.
Oh, my poor Magatama.
Well, this has been ruined. We can now no longer look at Cyclops.
I still got no idea why Mask the Mask would go after a broken old pot like... Gee, angry Giggler. Ah, I mean this tasteful old family heirloom.
Good point. Why go after a worthless piece of junk like...
Angry Giggler.
I mean, worthless in a good way. I mean, this is a first for the guy. Adrian Andrews hired Atme as security before the calling card even came. I wonder if that has anything to do with how things played out.
Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal?
Does the thief ever send these to the police?
No, always to the victims. Up until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though.
That's not what happened this time, you mean?
You got that right, pal. Listen up.
If you guys ever... Okay, this is the same thing as last time. You gotta come... Right, yeah, sure.
Detective Gumshoe, about this right here?
Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold.
Oh, sweet Gumshoe. That is not hard to believe in the first place.
I got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but I only got 1 brain.
I can see your eyes and the ears. But the jury is still out on the brain thing.
Hey Nick, if you have something to say, just come out and say it.
Thief in the photo taken by the security camera is missing his brooch.
Yup, the thing is, there's no evidence that the photo was tampered with. It was definitely taken at 12:58 a.m.
I turned the tables at the trial today with the mystery of this missing brooch. I wonder if there's something more to this missing piece of costume jewelry. Okay, that's the same thing that I just got.
So Detective Atme wasn't hit in the back of the head after all?
Well, that's right, because he was the real thief. He wanted to look like he was knocked out, so he burnt it on purpose. I'd stake my reputation on it.
Grr, what kind of a creep would ruin an antique for that?
About this blackmail letter.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Rhonda Light anyway?
Well, Mr. DeLight used to work at KB Security, right? But who was it that made him quit?
Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he was being blackmailed.
Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now.
Oh, alright.
This is proof that Rhonda Light was here at the crime scene when the murder happened.
His wallet and his keycard, huh?
I think we need to ask Mr. DeLight some more about those two things.
Same thing, right? Yeah. Not what I meant to do. Also not what I meant to do. Okay, that's the same. Nothing to say about the brooch either. Okay. Kane's list.
So about this...
Huh? What's that?
Hey, wait a minute, Maya.
What's wrong?
We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. Phoenix. Show him it's right fucking there on the table. Just ask him about that.
So, what are you two whispering about?
Oh, sorry, hiccup.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold.
That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want you to show it to me.
Alright, I'm gonna show this. Fair warning. It might make an annoying sound. I don't know if it would or not. Okay, no it didn't, okay. I was worried about that, but...
Pretty goofy looking face if you ask me.
Hey, what are you doing carrying that around with you anyway? It's not like we ever need it.
She has got a point. Oh, that's Miss Mia Fey. She was a truly beautiful person, pal.
Huh? You knew her? You knew my sis?
Sure, but everybody in the police force knew her. We all lost a great friend that day. I just got something in my eye. I'm not crying.
Okay, that was the same as last time.
But see, not that I would expect there to be something different, but again, they'll change the dialogue using the weirdest reasons.
You're such a familiar face to me now, you know? Now that I think about it, you're the real victim
In this case, right?
Oh, but for some strange reason, it's hard to think of you as a victim, pal.
You're darn right I'm the victim. That was our most precious treasure.
Aha, you know, pal. Now that we know that a murder happened, this whole line of dialogue makes no fucking sense. I think I know why I can't think of you as a victim ever.
Detective Gumshoe, what about this person?
Sorry, pal. To be honest, my head is so full right now it feels like it's gonna burst.
Note to self, keep hair away from Gumshoe's head. Interestingly, I think this did have dialogue last time because we had Pearl with us.
I kind of feel sorry for him. He's kind of a sad young guy.
Yeah, he seems to have a habit of always getting arrested prematurely.
Well, it's just my personal opinion, but I think the police should have investigated the whole thing more carefully.
But weren't you the one that arrested him with a giant goofy smile on your face?
Come on, we don't have time to start with that. Let's just leave it alone.
I know I look a little rough around the edges, but the truth is, I'm a lot more detective-like than I used to be.
Really? Like what part?
Like the color of my coat.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, what about what's inside the coat?
I always knew there was something suspicious about this guy. And I was right. Turned out that the mask was really that ace detective in disguise.
You really thought that?
Huh? Of course, it's the stone cold truth. Sooner or later, a guy like that always shows his true colors.
Yeah, well, I think we saw a little too much of his colors today.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
It's gonna be the same thing, right? Yeah. Okay, I think to say about Desiree. Nothing to say about Adrian. Nothing to say about Larry, which mood.
The guy is a real puzzle if you ask me. Maybe I should be asking you, do you know anything about him?
Why would I know something?
Well, it sure sounded like you two knew each other from the way you acted today.
It's Mr. Godot that acts like he knows Nick, not the other way around.
Exactly. I think I'd remember someone like him.
Well, I still say the whole thing's a bit suspect.
He likes coffee. Oh, yes, he does. He had 11, although I feel a little... I'm sure there's going to be other things that interfere with the coffee count. So we saw him get 10, but he had a coffee in his hand after he threw one at Phoenix, even though we didn't see it come out, so that implied that. But it's, you know, I gotta do the best I can. Anyways, let's actually talk to Gumshoe. What happened?
Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder.
Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to.
Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now and we need help.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal?
Okay. I won't cry on you, pal.
The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KV Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 o'clock this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 o'clock in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. probably an object in this room.
Happened at exactly the same time that Master Mask was stealing the urn, huh? Autopsy report added to the court record. Time of death, 10:12 at 1 a.m. Cause, cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma to the head. So, why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body?
There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe.
Safe? Well, it is pretty big.
Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came.
Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billiard. Maybe you could start by getting the man's name right. Detective Atme. So, what happened to Mask the Mask?
He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Wait. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling.
Ah, no. Didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right?
Oh, you mean that detective at me? Ho 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 ho. Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Ho 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 ho.
Now that's the detective I know and love.
Think about it. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up, but he always mysteriously disappeared when the heists took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Heh, yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief.
That explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about.
Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist.
His first heist?
Yeah, the Tear of Eminon case. There was a witness on that one.
A witness?
Here, I saved a newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it.
Stolen the gem and the thief. Hey, this card here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see. But now that she mentions it... Newspaper clipping added to the court record. Article on Master Mask's first heist. I also think... Yeah, Kane Bullard, age 48, CEO of KB Security, his body was found inside a safe. Article on Master Mask's first heist. Stolen the gem and the thief. Precious gem, the Tear of Eminon. Priceless. Also a note. This is a blue gem. See that red diamond you received the other day instead. So, I don't know if this is going to come up at all or, clear thing going on. Prosecutor Godot. Oh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight.
Yeah, I think he did it that way just cause he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my it tells me anyway.
So who is that Java-addicted mass maniac anyway?
Prosecutor Godot? He's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I've never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere.
That's right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor.
And it's true, according to the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps.
Goosebumps? You?
Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way.
Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular.
Ah, no, that's not what I meant.
That Godot guy acts like he knows me and has a big grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, okay, doesn't say anything about that. Newspaper clipping.
This was his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness.
By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo?
Yeah, he and a detective worked together to try catching Mask to Mask.
But he got away anyway, huh?
That guard. I got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately.
Alright, and let's ask you about King Bullard.
Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebird.
Okay, Shane Bluebird is a D&D character name. Not a great D&D character name, but it's a D&D character name.
That's King Bullard, not Shane Bluebird, pal.
Oh yeah, the victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead.
Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning.
Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out?
Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now.
Okay, Nick, now is our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask.
Can you tell us some more about Mr. Bullard?
He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway?
Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work.
Oh, and?
And, well, I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber.
Really? Me too. I just love money. Can't ever get enough.
Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet.
Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions.
Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier.
Let me go already.
Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask.
What? Really?
Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive.
So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Anything new to say about that, or? Nick, that's the same as him being blackmailed. I'm investigating that. Oh. Okay, well, I think that's everything. So let's see. We got what we could get from here. Security room. Oh God. Oh no. October 13th. KB Security. Security guard office. Wow. This is really something else.
For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure.
KB security guard. Uh-oh. I just remembered. Larry might be. Hey, Nick, what's up? Ugh. So he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you, too.
Hi, Larry.
Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I've got no problems with the daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. It could be worse than Larry. At least it's not Larry and Old Bag working together. That is a crime that they waited until Miles Edgeworth could handle in the first investigations game. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you.
Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya, but Nick here is a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then and this is now.
On the bright side, I don't think Old Bag is in this game. Like, I think they basically, like, they double up on Old Bag in the second game, and they double up on Larry in this game, and then they hit you with the double whammy with them in it, Investigations. Okay, anyways. As loath as I am to interact with Larry, it was also time for me to wrap up anyways, because my tea is out, and I don't even know if I could go much longer anyways. But we got through the first day of the trial. We met Godot, so we can stop waiting for him. I didn't even mention the stupid Samuel Beckett joke I used for the title. And next time, we'll probably wrap up this investigation and do the second day. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night to most everyone else, and Sam, you have a good day. Glad you're finally starting to get some sleep. Bye, everyone.